Hey everyone, Mr. Sujano here. In today's video, we're talking about a brand new console that was just announced, the Evercade VS. Let's get started. Alright, to kick things off, the Evercade VS is a brand new home console, but it's not designed to compete against the PS5 and the Xbox Series S and X. It's designed for retro gamers. For those of you that don't know, the original Evercade was a handheld device that was released back in May of 2020, not too long ago. It plays physical cartridges that are proprietary to the system. Now you can find the original Evercade on places like Amazon. Right here's a listing for the Evercade and 3 different games for $100. There's about 18 different games, or I should probably say cartridges, available for the system because each cartridge has a bunch of different games on it. For example, the Evercade Atari cartridge collection has 20 different games on it and the price is $20. The Mega Cat cartridge collection has 10 different games on it for $20. The Technos cartridge collection has 8 different games on it for $20. And the Interplay cartridge collection has 6 different games on it, again for $20. Now the Evercade VS that was announced today is essentially a slightly improved consoleized version of the Evercade Handheld. This console is more or less geared towards local multiplayer, considering it has 4 different controller ports. You can play up to 4 players provided the game you're playing supports 4-player mode. Here's what the controller looks like, and it's got pretty much every single button you'll need on it. It even has L1, R1, L2, and R2 buttons. Now this controller looks very similar to the Evercade Handheld. The D-pad is based off the Sega Genesis and Sega Saturn controller, which is a pretty big plus. On top of that, if you just don't like this controller, it's not really a big deal because the Evercade VS is apparently compatible with a bunch of different USB controllers. And if you already have an Evercade Handheld, you can use it as a controller, which is actually pretty cool. The Evercade VS has a very interesting feature that I'm not quite sure how I feel about just yet. It's a little bit cool, a little bit weird, and a little bit unnecessary. Well, to me anyway. I'll let you be the judge of this. So it has 2 different cartridge slots, and the whole purpose is to increase your game selection. For example, if you have one cartridge, I don't know, with 20 games on it, another one with 6 games on it, you plug both into the system and now you have a menu with 26 games available. I mean, to me, swapping cartridges on a physical system really didn't seem like an issue that needed solving, especially when the cartridges are a major draw of that system. But then again, at the same time here, I'm a big fan of digital games and having a whole bunch of digital games installed on my system, so it's easy and convenient to swap between them. So I can kind of understand this. But let me know your thoughts on this in the comments below. This console has 1080p output via HDMI, and it also features built-in Wi-Fi. Now, the built-in Wi-Fi isn't for online multiplayer. This console cannot do online multiplayer, and I think that's a bit of a bummer. The whole purpose of the Wi-Fi is for firmware updates, which I guess is convenient. One of the big draws to this system is the fact that the games are officially licensed. Yes, they're technically emulated, but at the same time, they're official, and a lot of people like that. There's currently 280 games available for the Evercade VS, which is quite a bit. It's backward compatible with most of the Evercade Handheld library, except for 2 different games. The 2 games that won't work on the VS are the Namco Museum Collection 1 and Namco Museum Collection 2, and that's because both of these games were licensed for handheld only. Now this is also a bit of a bummer considering the games list here is pretty good. But that being said, 280 games and counting is definitely nothing to scoff at. The VS is coming out in November of this year, with pre-orders starting in May. If you're wondering about the price, it's going to cost you $100, which is the exact same price as the Evercade Handheld. Not too bad in my opinion. Admittedly, I'm a little bit curious here as to the go-forward plan for the Evercade. Is the console going to get some exclusives? I can see a game here on the right-hand side of the screen. Is the handheld going to continue to be supported? Are we going to see more handheld games? I'm not quite sure exactly what's going to happen yet, but if you do know, let me know in the comments below. Overall, if you're a retro gamer and you like to collect things, you like physical games, and you like to support officially licensed products, the Evercade VS might be for you. It's also priced extremely attractively at $100, and the games are also priced extremely attractively. On the other hand here, if you like emulating and you like playing thousands upon thousands of ROMs, maybe just stick with the Raspberry Pi. But anyways, that is all I've got for today. Let me know your thoughts about the Evercade VS in the comments below. If you like this video, leave a like. If you didn't like this video, leave a like. Hit that subscribe button, check out my other videos. Thank you everyone, take care.